Hello, diary. Yeah, normally my entries come from Studio 41 at SNY and I'm wearing pants. Those things are no longer true. However, I still think there's plenty for me to say. The good news or bad news, depending on how you look at it, is that I still have some pretty strong opinions about baseball, even though it's not being played. So I'll start with this one. I, Doug Williams, just a guy on the internet you may or may not have heard of who looks like he hasn't showered in a couple days, which may or may not be true, would like to call upon Major League Baseball players to supply us with a little more content than they already are. Now, I know a lot of you are already doing incredible things, making differences in people's lives. If you haven't seen it, Google what Pete Alonso and Luis Rojas did for a cancer patient. Incredible stuff. What I'm asking for is just more everyday content, which I think would be mutually beneficial. Because mainly, we've never had more in common with big league ball players, because a lot of the country, a lot of the world has been sidelined from what we do every day for a living, just like you. You have platforms to show us what you're up to. What are you eating? How are you staying in shape? How's your family doing? What are you doing to stay sane during this period of time? And I think that stuff could go a long way for the average person at home. If you have the platform, it could help distract us from what's going on, because that's normally what we look to baseball to do. Okay. Hot take over. One last thing before we go. Curious if you guys are like me. I'm sure some of you probably are. Using this self-isolation, this period of quarantine, as an opportunity to maybe do some exercise around the house that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe eat a little bit healthier than you normally would. But there's another thing that I have decided to do that I cannot recommend enough. Add something totally irresponsible to your diet. Me, I've been doing 2 bowls of Captain Crunch with crunch berries every night before bed. I know it's terrible for me. I do it anyway. I don't care. In addition to the things that I mentioned earlier that you might be doing, that I might be doing to better myself, I am doing this at the end of every day to give myself something to look forward to. Can't recommend it enough. Add it to your daily routine. Goodbye.